The fallen angels are figures surrounded by a profound and timeless mystery. Since the dawn of time, their story has inspired fear, fascination, and countless interpretations over the centuries. Who were they really? Powerful beings created to reflect divine glory, but who at some point chose to follow a path of rebellion and estrangement. But do we know the whole truth? Do they still exert influence in the world we inhabit today? This theme raises questions as profound as they are terrifying. The idea of spiritual beings who once dwelled in the divine presence but fell into disgrace challenges our perception of the physical and spiritual world. It's not just about who they were or what they did, but about how their actions shaped humanity and continue to impact the present. After all, what led these celestial creatures to defy the very essence of their creation, and what does that mean for us? Before we move forward, take a moment to think. Do you believe these fallen angels truly existed? If so, what do you think they are doing now? Could they be hiding, plotting in the shadows, or perhaps wandering the world, exerting some kind of influence we cannot see? Share your opinion in the comments, as this is the kind of mystery that deserves to be explored from every possible angle. Biblical tradition offers rich accounts of these beings. They are described as angels created with incomparable power and beauty, but who, in an act of rebellion, chose to challenge God's authority. Lucifer, their leader, is mentioned as the most beautiful and exalted of all angels. His name, which means bearer of light, symbolized his elevated position in the celestial hierarchy. But what caused his fall? Was it his pride, his boundless ambition to be equal to the Creator? Biblical passages such as Isaiah 14 verse 12 to 15 depict Lucifer's fall with symbolic and powerful details. He is portrayed as one who tried to ascend to the highest heavens, but was cast down to the abyss because of his arrogance. Revelation 12:7-9 complements this narrative, revealing a great celestial battle where Michael and his angels fought against Lucifer and his followers. This war in heaven culminated in the rebels being cast down to earth, transforming the cosmos into a battleground of spiritual conflict. But what does this rebellion mean? Could it be merely a metaphorical story, a warning about the dangers of pride and disobedience, or is it a literal account of events that still resonate in the fabric of existence? The rebellion of these angels is a mirror of our own flaws. Like them, we humans are often tempted by the desire to control, challenge, and take paths that lead us away from divine purpose. As we delve deeper, it becomes evident that the story of the fallen angels is not just an ancient tale, but a narrative that provokes timeless reflections on power, consequence, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Chapter 6 of the book of Genesis introduces us to one of the most intriguing and mysterious accounts in Scripture. It mentions the sons of God who saw that the daughters of men were beautiful and took wives among them. This passage, laden with symbolism, has been widely interpreted over the centuries, with many theologians and scholars pointing out that these sons of God were, in fact, angels. The union between these celestial beings and human women supposedly gave rise to a unique offspring, the Nephilim. The Nephilim, described in some translations as giants or fallen ones, carry with them an aura of mystery and fascination. Who were they really? Mythical heroes, supernatural beings, or spiritual aberrations? The fact is, their existence was considered an abomination in God's eyes. This forbidden union between the sacred and the profane corrupted divine creation, being one of the factors that led to the flood, a catastrophic event that wiped out humanity, sparing only Noah and his family. However, there is an ancient text that offers even more details about this episode, the Book of Enoch. Though considered apocryphal and not part of the official biblical canon, it is a cornerstone in early Jewish and Christian tradition. This book expands on the Genesis account and provides a more detailed view of the fallen angels, known as the Watchers. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers were a group of angels tasked with watching over humanity. However, they fell in love with human women and decided to abandon their celestial posts to unite with them. This act of disobedience resulted not only in the generation of the Nephilim, but also in a greater impact on humanity. The Watchers taught humans various skills and knowledge, from astrology and divination to metallurgy and the making of weapons. This transmission of knowledge was a turning point. While many interpret these teachings as an advancement for humanity, the context of the Book of Enoch suggests that these acts brought corruption, violence, and chaos. The Watchers not only broke divine rules, but introduced practices that led humanity astray spiritually, creating a world full of conflict and moral decay. Enoch, a central figure in this text, plays a fascinating and unique role. He is not just an ordinary man, but a patriarch and prophet who became the mediator between heaven and earth. According to the book bearing his name, Enoch received divine wisdom directly from God and the faithful angels. He was taken to heaven and witnessed the wonders of the universe, including the secrets of how creation operates. More than that, Enoch was also tasked with a special mission to intercede for the fallen angels, the Watchers. Aware of their error, the Watchers asked Enoch to present their pleas to God, seeking forgiveness. However, the divine response was relentless. The plea for clemency was denied, and the fallen angels were condemned to remain imprisoned, awaiting final judgment. This narrative, although not present in the official Bible, has profound resonance in various spiritual traditions. It highlights themes such as the power of free will, the consequences of disobedience, and humanity's relentless pursuit of knowledge, often defying the limits imposed by God. The difference between the biblical account in Genesis and the Book of Enoch is striking. While Genesis provides a concise and symbolic view of the episode, the Book of Enoch delves into vivid details and deeper explanations about the events and their consequences. It humanizes the fallen angels, portraying them not just as rebels, but as beings who, even in their fall, sought redemption. The story of the Watchers and the Nephilim, as well as Enoch's role, continues to be a subject of great interest and debate. It raises questions about the nature of rebellion, the pursuit of forbidden knowledge, and the consequences of transgressing the boundaries set by the Creator. More than that, it challenges us to reflect on our own relationship with the sacred, the profane, and the choices that shape the world we live in. The fallen angels, enigmatic and controversial figures, transcend the boundaries of Christianity and Judaism, appearing in different cultures, religions, and mythologies throughout human history. They represent a constant struggle between order and chaos, good and evil, spirituality and pride, adapting to the worldviews of each era and society. By a deep and timeless mystery. Since ancient times, their story has sparked fear, fascination, and countless interpretations over the centuries. Who were they really? Powerful beings created to reflect divine glory, but who at some point chose a path of rebellion and estrangement. But do we know the whole truth? Could they still influence the world we inhabit today? This topic raises questions as profound as they are frightening. The idea of spiritual beings who once dwelled in the divine presence but fell from grace challenges our perception of the physical and spiritual worlds. It is not just about who they were or what they did, but how their actions shaped humanity and continue to impact the present. After all, what drove these celestial beings to defy the very essence of their creation? And what does this mean for us? Before we move on, take a moment to think. Do you believe these fallen angels really existed? If so, what do you think they are doing now? Could they be hiding, plotting in the shadows, or perhaps wandering the world, exerting an influence we cannot see? Leave your opinion in the comments, because this is the kind of mystery that deserves to be explored from every possible angle. Biblical tradition brings rich accounts of these beings. They are described as angels created with unparalleled power and beauty, but in an act of rebellion, they chose to defy God's authority. Lucifer, their leader, is mentioned as the most beautiful and exalted of all the angels. His name, meaning bearer of light, symbolized his elevated position in the celestial hierarchy. But what led to his fall? Was it his pride, his insatiable ambition to be equal to the Creator? Biblical passages like Isaiah 14 verse 15 describe Lucifer's fall with powerful symbolic details. He is portrayed as one who tried to ascend to the highest heavens, but was cast into the abyss because of his arrogance. Revelation 12:7-9 complements this narrative, revealing a great celestial battle where Michael and his angels faced Lucifer and his followers. This war in heaven culminated in the expulsion of the rebels, who were cast down to earth, turning the cosmos into a battlefield of spiritual forces. But what does this rebellion mean? Could it be just a metaphorical story, a warning about the dangers of pride and disobedience? Or is it a literal account of events that still resonate in the fabric of existence? The rebellion of these angels is a mirror of our own human failings. Just like them, we are often tempted by the desire to control, defy, and take paths that lead us away from the divine purpose. As we delve deeper, it becomes evident that the story of fallen angels is not just an ancient tale, but a narrative that provokes timeless reflections on power, consequences, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. The Greek mythology of the Titans serves as an interesting parallel to fallen angels. These powerful beings, children of Uranus and Gaia, defied the Olympian gods in an epic battle for control of the cosmos. After their defeat, they were imprisoned in Tartarus, a dark and deep abyss. Here, the rebellion is portrayed as a conflict within a divine family, more of a power struggle than a moral issue. With the rise of monotheistic religions like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the narrative of fallen angels began to reflect issues of morality and obedience to divine order. Instead of rival gods, fallen angels became symbols of rebellion against God's sovereignty. This cultural transformation is significant as it shapes how we understand good and evil to this day.